Left the desert heat, found a mountain so grand, with the sun on my face and the drone in my hand. At 9,000 feet, where the cool breezes flow, pine trees stand tall in a beautiful row. Oh, I'm flying high above, where the air feels so free, dancing with the clouds, just my drone and me, in the cool mountain breeze. Let the worries unwind with the world far below, leaving all stress behind. Over valleys and ridges, where the wild spirits roam, nature's my playground, the sky is my home. The whisper of the pines, the rustle of the leaves, in the heart of these mountains, my soul truly breathes. Oh, I'm flying high above, where the air feels so free, dancing with the clouds, just my drone and me, in the cool mountain breeze. Let the worries unwind with the world far below, leaving all stress behind. I'm so high, so high. They told me to sit back, don't make a sound, don't go to the unknown, but I'm too curious for that. Might be a little crazy, I don't mind, I like the way it feels, no need to set off the alarm, no. See, I won't stick with it, running in a wheel, no. So I'll be taking off, for I'm dead and gone, oh. I'm so high, so high. I'm erase the aeroplanes up in the sky. I'm so high, so high. I'm a dreaming, fall asleep on clouds tonight. Yeah. You see, my home is where my heart is, so I reach for higher ground. I'm living out of a suitcase. I'm getting close, now I can taste it, flavors bitter, still so sweet.
There is only one of you, only one of me. There's a million of those who won't let us be, but they're not gonna see me bleed. Cause baby, I got you. I've been beaten to the ground, dragged across the dirt. I've been scared to live cause some people never learn, but they're not gonna watch me burn. Cause baby, I got you. It's a new beginnings and a better life. It's a dancing underneath the disco lights. They can try but they can never take me down. Ooh, God, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. Let's show them that love is pure, no matter who it's for. It's a new beginnings and a better life. It's a dancing underneath the disco light. They can try, but they can never take me down. Cause I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid.
Good morning. Good morning. It's 9 o'clock here in Ironwood Forest National Monument, and I'm glad you're here. Welcome, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good Monday morning so far. Enjoying some tea this morning because I'm all coffeeed out. I think I drank too much coffee this morning, hanging out with Ava Potterfield and friends. Let's see who we have in the chat this morning. Patrick came in early. Welcome, Patrick. Good to see you. Lucas is down here working on his bone. First member in the house is Gracie and Jacques Adventures. Hello, hello, and thanks for being a member. Adventures of Traveling Mike is in the house. Hey, Mike, good to see you. Where are you, Mike? Last I heard, you had moved from Colorado a little bit to the east. There's Fangirl Cheryl, driving and listening. Drive safely. Another channel member in the house, CR View. Welcome, Tim. And I'm not sure if I missed your video, but I'll have to go check it out if I did. Scrolling. Another channel member in the house, Roy and Becky's Travels. Howdy, howdy. Good to see you. Had grandkids over yesterday, so I didn't watch the race. Not sure how it turned out, but I'm sure it was good. Nurse TLC is in the house. Good morning, Tanya, coming to us from California. And there's She Devil Adventures, listening and driving. A lot of folks driving this morning. Everybody be careful and watch out for the crazies. Yep, that's Tanya from Just Roll With Us. There's Tracy. Be right back. She's probably feeding her kitties, maybe. Here we go. Thank you. Appreciate that, Mike. Hit the thumb. All right. And Gracie is listening while doing some morning routines. That's good. That's good. Out here in the desert, we get up with the sun, and you can see this picture in the background Oki took this morning. Look at that beautiful power pole right there. Isn't that nice? That's how we get our electricity. Anyway, this was sun up this morning, and look, see that weird stuff over there? That's rain. We actually had a little bit of rain going to the east there. It didn't reach here, but it's nice to have it in the area anyway. I think today is going to be a 20% chance of rain, and I think it's picking up to about 40% on Wednesday. Now, they talked about rain over the weekend, and you guys know I harp on rain all the time because that's what keeps all our plants alive out here, and we don't get enough of it. So we're hoping, we didn't get any rain this weekend. We were disappointed, but we're hoping to get some this week, so we'll see. All right, Mike is finishing a visit outside of Kansas City, Missouri. Going to Mass. All right. Sounds fun. Roy and me running around Quartzsite Golf Course trying to stay out of trouble. Okay, all right. Well, that's right. I did see, I think Roy dropped a video maybe the week before. But yeah, we'll have to check that out, Tim. Scrolling. Everybody's saying hello. Every time I comment, an internal error message comes up. Somebody else was having trouble with that too, Tracy. Is that on your phone? Because somebody else, who was it? Marshall, I think, was having that issue. I'm not sure if he figured it out, but I don't know what the fix is. But the important thing is, if you're watching, that's good. And hitting my thumb on the way out, that's good. That's good. I didn't get to watch the race until later in the evening. Uh-oh. There's a story to be told there at Roy and Becky's place. A costly mishap yesterday. Wonder what that was. We finally hit 100 degrees. We haven't been below 100 degrees here. I've heard that it's been a mild summer there in California. That's nice, actually. It's mild here too. I think we're only going to be, let's see what Siri says. Hey Siri, what's the weather here today?
Expect some clear skies today. Daytime temperatures will hover around 104 degrees, with overnight lows around 85.
It's only 104. We'll take it. That is much better than 117, which we had a few days ago. Yeah, I've heard that, Tracy. I don't know what the fix is for that, but note that I was not involved in the costly mishap. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Inquiring minds want to know what happened to Roy. And, he's not being supervised right now by Becky. So did he leave a cigarette lighter in the oven? I don't know. There's Nosh. Never late Nosh, another channel member in the house. All right. So here we are. Here's Lucas. Hey, buddy. You're down here on his carpet. Come up here, buddy. Come up here and say hi. There he is. There's Lucas. As soon as I kick off the first video in the morning for the live stream, he comes running over for his view and saying hello to everybody. But he's always too early, so here he is. He's doing well. We went out to play this morning, huh? Got the zoomies running around the place. Now he's chewing on his bone. Of course, we had to watch Ava Potterfield this morning. That's a go-to on Monday morning. And she said she didn't get a lot of sleep last night, so she might be napping right now. Yeah, anything can happen then. That's right. That's right. Well, you're here, Roy, so that means you at least got one finger to click with. Okay, 113 where Roy and Becky are up in Quartzsite. Yep, that's Lucas. That's Lucas. Lows in the 60s. Yeah, and it's nice. We're in the 80s here in the morning, so we go out and we walk around and we water. We have to do a lot of watering to keep things going before the rain comes. And so we walk out, we water here and there and exercise a little bit. We have a walking path around the fenced in or inside the fenced in area. So we walk around there, enjoy the morning, the sunrise, as you can see behind me, see what's going on out here in the desert. And then when it gets hot, we come inside. I was checking the nature cams or game cameras, if you want to call them that, this morning. I've got one sitting out there that I checked, and we had some javelina come in, as we often do. And here's a little video of that. I'm going to run it on loop here. But if you've never seen a javelina, they look like pigs. They're called a peccary. And here's what they look like. So this is the water hole, as I call it, that we have in the outside the fence on the back of our place. Ragged Top is off in the distance there. We're looking west. And I have a water timer on this that tops it off every night. And then the critters can come in This is a family of javelina that comes in all the time. You can see some youngsters in there. They're growing quickly. They were knee high to a grasshopper here just a month ago, and they're growing up. But yeah, this is a family of javelina that come in. And of course, they're laying in the mud. After they get wet, they go lay in the mud. And then they come back and soak in the water. So it kind of gets it all mucky, and we got to clean it out once in a while. And then we had, let's see here, turn off that one. We had an owl show up. Now, this one was a few weeks ago, but here's an owl that was out there. There he is. Isn't that beautiful? And I think he was up in the tree. Oki said when she was out walking, we have a large mesquite tree out in the front there, and he was up in that mesquite tree. And he takes care of rodent control for us, he or she. I don't know how to tell the difference. We could ask our neighbor friend Karen. She's a bird person, very knowledgeable, but pretty cool to see. And then we have a bobcat. This is a really tall, leggy one. So it's pretty fun to watch, see who comes by. Here's another shot. Anyway, it's fun. We live out here in the desert, and water's really important to the critters out here. We also see some deer come by. Yeah. Is it smoky out here? Not. It is smoky extremely here. We do have some haze out here, and we were trying to figure that out yesterday, and there is some smoke in the air. You can't smell it, but you can see it. 90 where nausea is, 66%. Ooh, we're in the 30s here. No, I was just saying hi to Gracie. We have a lot of water in here, grow our own food, saving us $100 a month. Yeah. We are so hot here. I mean, when you get up to 115, 117, everything just burns up. So we don't have anything in the ground right now except, have you guys heard of desert rose or adenium, they're called? One of our neighbors' friends got us started with these. And it's a nickname desert rose. I think I've showed these before. Really interesting plant. They're here's 3 of them on the front porch by the front window there. And very interesting. They're kind of leggy, but they put on real pretty red flowers. They're tough plants. They survive real well out here in the heat. And you can see the window there with the red flowers on it. Oki painted those on there, probably 6 months or more ago, to try to keep the birds from flying into the window. Well, it worked okay, but she changed those, and you can see white flowers up there now. She just repainted them. And the white flowers seem to be working better since she put those on the window, and that's just acrylic paint. She just hand paints them. Since she put those on the window, we have not had a bird fly into it. So maybe they're easier for the birds to see. I don't know. But anyway, I made that table there for the plants to sit on. It's real stout. Should make it through the monsoon without tipping over, blowing over. It's real heavy. And interesting plant, very, very unique. And we're starting to see more and more of those out here. They even sell them at Walmart occasionally. You'll find them there for $15 or whatever. But that's interesting. They have what's called a codex, which is, the fat part down on the bottom there. When you repot them every couple of years, you raise them up a little bit. They grow like a bonsai tree. They don't need a lot of soil. So you have to repot them every couple of years, and you raise them up a little bit, and the codex, they call it, gets bigger around, and just all around interesting plant, very unusual. Yeah, that's a good sized bobcat for sure. I think it was a female. Look at that. We got Ivan K in the house. Yep, we're doing well here, Ivan. Hope you are too. Yeah, we have fires. The Grand Canyon North Rim has been on fire, and gee whiz, I don't know how many thousands of acres now, but some of the historic buildings burned up. And there's been a lot of fires up there. I think the fires farther south here in southern Arizona have been put out by the intermittent rain. So they're not too bad. But we are getting smoke anytime we get, winds from the north. We get some smoke. So what else is going on? It's Monday. It's laundry day. Oki's working on that. I got a new member that joined here recently. His name is Richard B. B-E-E. So thanks, Richard, for being a member. Appreciate it very much. We did have some weather down in Sierra Vista. In fact, I let Captain Jack know because he camps down there pretty much all winter down in that area. And they actually had a tornado watch down there. The storms were so bad, which is pretty unusual for that area. Van Girl Cheryl had a premiere yesterday. We watched that. We weren't able to do it right after. We had to watch the replay, but she did some chit chat, did some cooking in her van, and always learn something from her. She's doing dishes with her rice cooker, so it's surprising, what you can make in a regular old rice cooker. She does look like some really good dishes. So be sure to check out Van Girl Cheryl. Her channel's growing. She's well over 1,000 now. During the heat, we were watching a lot of Netflix, and recently we watched a mini series. I think it was 5 or 6 episodes of a program called Untamed, which is pretty interesting. There's Step Van Dan. Good morning. Good morning. Hugs from Minnesota. And Dan was commenting on one of my videos. He'd like to come down here someday, but hopefully you can, Dan. If you do, if you get out to the Ironwood Monument, let me know. This is Gracie. Let me take that comment off of there. This is Gracie and Jacques. A couple years ago, she came out, and for channel members, I take channel members that come out here to the monument. I take them out on a private tour or whatever they want to see. So these are 4,000 to 8,000 year old Hohokam petroglyphs. And it's a walk down the wash. You have to park and then hike down the wash. And so Gracie was doing good. and took Jock with us, and we went down and checked out these petroglyphs. And these are interesting because you don't have to rock hop and climb a hill to see them. You can walk right up to them, as you can see. And when I asked a archaeologist who showed us these many years ago, she said, we believe that that boulder was up on top of this hill and came down and landed in the wash, and that's why, it was here. So it's an pretty easy walk, and is pretty interesting to look at these petroglyphs and try to figure out what they all mean. And then we also take a run up to the ruins up here. This is the Rockland Hotel. This was during the last meetup back in 2025. This may have been the year prior. I can't remember, but I take people out to see different things in the monument, some of the old ruins and stuff, and it's fun to see things. Now, some people that come to the meetups just want to stay in camp, and that's fine, but some people want to go out and explore a little bit. And those that like to explore, especially channel members, I'll take them out and show them around. Checked out the fire Grand Canyon this morning, 143,000 acres. My gosh, and that was lightning caused too, I heard. Sometimes you get some bonehead that starts a fire, a campfire, and catches everything on fire. But this was not the case. I heard it was actually lightning started, and that happens a lot in this area. We get dry lightning where you'll have a storm like this move by, and there'll be lightning strikes coming out of that storm, but they're outside of the rain, and so they'll start fires. And a lot of the storms that are come up here are these small, localized with heavy rain. They're really strong, and then they'll zip right by you, and you might not get a drop, which was the case here. We didn't get a drop out of this one, but we could see it, off in the distance. Yeah, good times, and yeah, that's for sure. All right, what else is going on this Monday morning? Well, we're coming up on 30 minutes. Game camera. We have something that's coming into the front of the property here in front of the house that's taking a lot of water. So I'm going to set the game camera up there and tonight and see if we can catch what's coming in. Yeah, it was caused by lightning. Okay. Oh, okay. That's right. I did hear that. Yeah. They were trying to turn it into a controlled burn and they lost track of it, right? Got out of control. There's Merton and Sue. Did you guys have a live stream yesterday? We were visiting. Sheena came over, our daughter came over, and we were visiting with her and our grandson Dylan. And so we were tied up and didn't get to watch, but had to go to the pharmacy. Yeah, we know how that goes. But anyway, Sheena stopped by yesterday and we worked on her car. She has this rotary switch to control the air conditioning vents and to turn it on and turn it off. And it was stuck. And so I bought another one off of eBay. And so we pulled her car in. And this is a good chance for Dylan, who's 18 now, to work on cars and kind of help mom out. So I provided all the tools and the light and the garage with the cooler running. And then Dylan and Sheena pulled the switch out. We watched a YouTube video, learned how to take everything apart on the dashboard, pulled that switch out, and Dylan found out that it just popped out. It wasn't actually broken, but the snaps that hold it in, and it protrudes through the dash plastic. It just somebody just bumped it and pushed it in, and so he was able to pop it back out. We got it working again. So this $30 switch I bought, which is pretty cheap, I'm just going to hold it for a spare because it's a 2006 vehicle, and getting parts for those is not easy as they get older. Okay, we weren't feeling well. Okay. All right. Hope you're feeling better today, Sue. They've been working on Sue and Merton have been working on their shed there on their place. There is a premiere today around noon. Okay. That's right. I did see that. Yeah. So Tanya is training her beagle Sage. Desert Sage is her name, in to be a therapy dog, and so that's nice. That'll be good to see. So we'll definitely check that out. Hopefully the medicine will work. I don't know about you guys, but our allergies, and maybe it's the smoke that we can't see. I don't know, but I'll go out and walk around and I'll come back in stuffed up. Maybe it's the creosote blooming because the creosote bushes are blooming a little bit now. I don't know. I don't have a tickled nose or the itchy eyes, but I come back in and I'm all clogged up. But it was an interesting conversation with our daughter Sheena yesterday. She works at the Marana Middle School, and she's the school secretary. And they got a new principal this year. The old principal retired last year. She'd been there for, I don't know, 20 years, very experienced, was a teacher and then was a principal. She was very experienced. She was very good with the kids. Her husband was in the military and he also is a teacher now. And so she ran a pretty tight ship and ran that school very well. And then now they have a new principal who is much younger. This is the first principal job position she's held, and she's kind of all over the place. And so they're trying to figure out, what her priorities are, and that comes with some frustration. The teachers and the staff that are used to, a very even keel principal that was there for many years. Everybody knew what her priorities were. And then this new principal came in, and I understand she's very intelligent. She's working through learning, on her own as well. And then everybody else is trying to figure out what direction are we going. So it's pretty typical of like a new CEO coming in. I've experienced that where we had new CEOs come into the electric co-op, and you're trying to figure out, okay, what are the priorities? What should I be doing different, if anything, or do I just keep doing what I'm doing until I'm told to do different? And so that makes kind of a stressful environment for a little while until you figure things out. But she is the school secretary. And of course, everyone comes in and complains to her, and she's trying to get her work done and not getting involved in all the drama. So I remember what that was like. We also have a daughter in Louisiana who is a teacher there, and she's doing well too. She sends me pictures periodically, but she's a SPED teacher there and is doing really well. Derek and I are having allergy issues too. Okay, maybe it's the smoky air. It could be. You know, I'm feeling it right now. Yeah, he's you know, and he typically gets in a hurry. You know, when teenagers think they know what they're doing, and I had to tell him a couple of times, just slow down. We're not in a race here. The idea is to get this fixed, and he made one mistake going back together, but you know, cracked a piece of plastic, but it's not a serious issue, and he learned from it. So, but yeah, whenever we get the chance, we get him involved as well. And of course, you know, our daughter Sheena, who lives, you know, 10 miles from here, when she was growing up, I had her out there wrenching. She knew how to change tires. The first car she drove that we helped her with was a Ford Escort with a standard transmission. And so she learned to drive a standard. She knew how to change her own tires. And I've told the story a few times, but she was out on a date one time, had a flat tire, and her boyfriend had never changed a tire. So she was out there in the middle of the road changing a tire while he watched her. So, yeah, I always made sure my kids and grandkids know how to do that. Ooh, poison ivy is no fun. Yeah, I could probably get into trouble. I could walk through a forest and not be able to even pick that stuff out. I'd have to go with somebody who knows what they're looking at. What is that you put on the skin? It's that white powder stuff. I forget what they call it. White chalky stuff. What is it? I forget the name of it, but I've heard that is good for hives and things like that. So anyway, we're doing rain dances here. We're hoping for some rain, and hopefully we'll get some this week. So I was walking through the Lowe's store and the Home Depot store recently, and I'm looking at smoke detectors. So you guys who live in sticks and bricks or apartments probably have a smoke detector, or if you're in an RV or a van, and quite often they start chirping, and some of ours are chirping now. That means they're running low on battery. So I got to get a 6-foot ladder and get up there and change the battery. Well, I recently found out that they have new smoke detectors that have 10-year battery life. And so I'm going to replace the smoke detectors in here for, I don't know, 35, 40 bucks, I guess, and put these long life smoke detectors up and replace the 9-volt battery units that are out there. And then I told my neighbor, we have a neighbor, Karen, that lives across the road that we used to share our well with. And we're still interconnected, but she's got her own well over there now. I told her about it, and she went out and bought some smoke detectors too. So I'm going to go over and help her put those up. Probably Wednesday. I think she's busy tomorrow, and I'll probably go over there and help her put those up Wednesday. Catching up here, catching up. There's Box Fan D. Welcome, D. Hope you're doing well. Another channel member in the house. Oh, yeah, I forgot to run my channel member thank you video. So, talcum powder. It's kind of like talcum powder, but it's liquid. Calamine lotion. Tommy got it. Good to see you, Tommy. Thank you for that. Calamine lotion is supposed to be good for that kind of stuff. Yep. But it looks like talcum powder, but it's like a liquid version. Okay, I'm going to run this video real quick. And let's see here. Scrolling. I think we said hello to all the happy birthday people last week. And I rearranged everything. And now I have to find it again. Intro, there's my intro. There's my drone. There's my outro. There's the rock. There's the You Are Awesome. There it is. Channel members right there. Be right back.
To all my members out there, you lift me up so high. The support you give me makes me touch the sky. In every lonely moment, when shadows start to fall, your love shines like a beacon. I hear your heartfelt call. Thank you, dear members, for standing by my side. With your strength and courage, we take this wild ride. From morning's glow to starry night, you're the reason I shine, my forever guiding light. In the desert where it's dry, where the cacti proudly stand, you're my loyal companions, my devoted band. Through rocky trails and valleys, we gather every mile. Hand in hand we wander with your endless smiles. Thank you, dear members, for standing by my side. With your strength and courage, we take this wild ride. From morning's glow to starry night, you're the reason I shine, my forever guiding light. Desert where it's dry, where the cacti proudly stand, you're my loyal companions, my devoted band. Through rocky trails and valleys, we gather every mile. Hand in hand we wander with your endless smiles.
All right, so we're learning here. Thank you, channel members. Appreciate your support. They look similar, but one is a vine, and the other is a shrub. 3 leaves, that's right. I remember that now that you mention it. Clusters of 3 leaves, and aren't they kind of jagged? And girl, Cheryl's got to take off, so you have a great day, Cheryl. Thanks for stopping in. I think she had a doctor's appointment coming up. Smoke detector that's Becky proof, huh? She can set one off in no time while cooking. Yeah, I think I had one in the RV that would go off, and I used to have to take it down when we were cooking and then throw it in a cabinet because it would start squeaking away and it wouldn't shut off. But I found a better one and have not had the same problem come up again. I think the newer technology, Roy, is better. Thank you, Cheryl. Appreciate it very much. Yeah, that's bad, huh? Yikes. We don't have that stuff. We just have cactus, and you got to pull thorns. You know, when you bump into something, you got to pull thorns out of your skin. Been missing in action, Dee says. Well, hope you're doing all right, Dee. We did watch your last video. Hope you're doing all right. Move it away from the kitchen. Yeah, that's it. Ours is kind of out away from the kitchen. It's in the same general area, but and then we have 5 of them, 5 or 6 in this house, and I got to replace all of them. I don't want to change batteries when I'm 75 years old. Hey, Lily T is here. Lily, good to see you. Hope you're doing okay. Give Pippi a hug for us. I forgot everything I knew about editing and producing videos since my stroke. Yeah, you got to relearn, huh? But Dee, you're sounding good on camera. So Dee is getting back to normal. That's right. Dee's going to be moving soon. I think heading north in cooler climates, huh? It'll be much cooler, I hope, by then. Yeah, yeah. Awesome, Lily. Awesome. All right, what else is going on? We're at 47 minutes. We went. Did you guys see that first video? We went up to Mount Lemmon a couple weeks ago. This is a little village called Summerhaven. It's 2 hours from here to get to the top of the mountain, but it's about an hour from the base of the mountain. So if you ever get back in this area, this is what it looks like up there on top of Mount Lemmon. This is Summerhaven. It was a busy weekend just before school restarted, so lots of traffic, lots of people cruising around, but it's nice and cool up there.
Left the desert heat, found a mountain so grand, with the sun on my face and the drone in my hand. At 9,000 feet, where the cool breezes flow, pine trees stand tall in a beautiful row. Oh, I'm flying high above, where the air feels so free, dancing with the clouds, just my drone and me, in the cool mountain breeze. Let the worries unwind with the world far below, leaving all stress behind. Over valleys and ridges, where the wild spirits roam, nature's my playground, the sky is my home. The whisper of the pines, the rustle of the leaves, in the heart of these mountains, my soul truly breathes. Oh, I'm flying high above, where the air feels so free, dancing with the clouds, just my drone and me, in the cool mountain breeze. Let the worries unwind with the world far below, leaving all stress behind.
So yeah, that's Summerhaven. Again, it's up in the mountains north of Tucson, Mount Lemmon. And that used to be our playground in the wintertime when I lived and grew up in Tucson. Mom and Dad would take us kids up there to play in the snow in the winter, go sledding with our old disc, those round discs, and bread bag covers on our shoes. We would take old bread bags and Mom would save them up, and that's what we put over our shoes to keep us dry for the first few minutes anyway. But that's Summerhaven, a really nice place. Now, back in 2000, There was a fire, aspen fire burned through there. It burned about half the village down, and no loss of life, but a lot of those cabins burned to the ground, and they're building back better now. So here we are 25 years later, and it's coming back. It's taken a long time, but it's coming back, and it's a nice place to go visit. They have a hotel up there. You can get something to eat. Oh, Dee's going to Chino Valley. Okay. There's Carol. Hi, Carol. Yeah, she'll get there. She'll get there. Some stuff you got to relearn, but she'll get there. All right. Lucas. All right, Carol, I'm bringing Lucas in to say hi. Lucas, come here. All right. Here he is. There's Lucas. Were you napping? What were you doing? Huh? You got sleepy eyes? You got sleepy eyes. Were you napping? Yeah, you look like you were napping. Huh? Yeah. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Yeah. Handsome boy, huh? Slightly spoiled, just slightly. What do you think? Huh? Sit. Can you sit? Good boy. Can you shake? Shake. All right. Good boy. Change. Good boy. Change. Good boy. Shake. Good boy. All right. Good boy. Okay. That's Lucas saying hi to Carol. There's Ringo. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Ringo and Czar in the house. Winters are like Q, but not as windy. Yeah, that'll be nice. That'll be nice. A change of scenery will be nice. If I can learn how to do it, anyone can. More time outdoors. Yeah, especially in the summertime, huh? Chino's probably a lot cooler. Let me see if I can figure this out. Hey Siri, what's the weather in Chino, Arizona today?
Should be sunny in Chino Valley, Arizona today.
Ooh, 66 at night, 96 for a high. That's not bad. Not bad at all. You can do that, Dee. That's right. Tracy used to live down in this area years ago. And, you know, a lot of the ground vegetation has grown back in the last 25 years. Of course, when you lose the ponderosa pines, you know, they don't come back unless they sprout from seedlings. But there's a lot of seedling trees up there. They went through a lot of those areas around the village and replanted seedlings. They had volunteers up there the year after the fire. So some of those are coming back. No worries, Dee. We're just glad you're here. Remember seeing propane tanks exploding during the fire. Yeah, they were definitely a danger if they were full of propane. That's right. That's right. He is rocking it. He is rocking it now. I mean, you've come a long ways, Dee. Sue saying hello to Carol. Ray Crum is here. Welcome, Ray, another channel member in the house. Trying to catch up from being out all weekend. Oh, Bigfoot Festival in Ohio. Nice, nice. I thought Bigfoot was up in the northwest part of the country, but Ohio's got him too. At least the festivals, I'll bet that was fun, Ray. Yeah, we changed his food. Well, it's been a couple years now. He kept getting ear infections. We take him into the vet. Vet would give us medication, would clear it up, and then it would come back again. And I asked one of the techs there on the way out the door. She said, "What kind of food are you feeding him? Look at changing his food. He's probably allergic to it." And so it turned out that he was allergic and is allergic to chicken. And so we changed to the Costco food, which has salmon and rice in it. And he's cleared up, hasn't had any ear issues, and his coat is nice and shiny. So he's getting plenty of protein. That's what it takes. A lot of protein to keep him shiny and healthy. All right, Dee, you have a great day, and thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. Lucas met our neighbor for the first time yesterday. Karen brought over another adenium plant, another desert rose, and so I wanted to walk her in. She's 80 years old, lives by herself, and I help her out a lot, which I enjoy doing. So she brings us plants and things, magazines from her bird magazines, which we enjoy reading. And so she's not one of those people that just uses people. She always tries to give back, and so we appreciate that. But anyway, I walked her in, and she met Lucas for the first time, and so I just had her on my arm, and Lucas was in the yard, and he came up and met her, and he was a gentleman, well behaved, and of course, once he figured out she was a dog person, then he stuck to her and made her pet him the whole time that that she was here. But it was nice to see Lucas meet her, complete stranger, and he did really well. Divine Mojo's here. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. I was showing off some photos of the meetup. There's Floss. Been listening for a while. Awesome. Good to have you. I do that a lot of times, because as soon as you say hello, then you want to answer everyone who says hello back. And so that makes for a busy time. And so sometimes I'll be a fly on the wall and just watch and listen and then pop in the chat later on, like Misha did. Hello, Misha. Good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Not bad at all. There's Busby. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, Chris used to live down here south of us, and he moved kind of to the Midwest or Mid-South. Google says Chino Valley receives 7 inches of snow a season. Uh-oh. Better buy a snow shovel, D. You can go from, maybe you can repurpose your sun shovel and use it for snow. She'll do fine, though. Bigfoot is everywhere, Tracy says. Yeah. Except he couldn't survive down here. Bigfoot could not survive down here. Too hot. Got to be up in the trees where you can hide. That could be yearly totals. And I think that's probably 7 inches is probably average yearly totals of snow. Could be in, a few storms that roll through. Oh, okay. They won the beard contest. Cool. All right, Lily. Got to get stuff done before it gets any hotter. Lily said in Ava's chat that it was going to be a hot day up there where she's at. So, and I think it's time for breakfast here at the Buyer Ranch. So I'm going to move along, and I appreciate everybody stopping in and hanging out with me this morning. And we'll see you next time. Thank you very much. And like Fangirl Cheryl says, if you see somebody without a smile, give them one of yours. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Wake up to a brand new day. Smile at the sun's warm ray. Greet the world with open arms. Spread good vibes and charms. Kind words change the scene. Make life feel like a dream. Help someone who's in need. Plant a little kindness seed. Shine bright like a star. No matter where you are, kindness takes you far. Light up the world. Together we can make it. Love's the way to fake it. Leave a little joy behind in every heart you'll find. No need for heavy words. Be like chirping birds. Simple acts can heal. Make every moment real. Shine bright like a star. No matter where you are, kindness takes you far. Light up the world. No need for heavy words. Be like chirping birds. Simple acts can heal. Make every moment real.